Welcome to Swing Trade Workshop. My name is Kumar Asok and today is 2nd February 2026. Before we proceed, the disclaimer is that I am not a SEBI registered advisor and before any investment, please consult your professional financial advisor. Rule stays the same. Please stay in a Nifty 500 index stocks. And then how was the market today? So today's market was quite volatile after the budget day because budget was only 1.5 hours um, speech, but then there was huge amount of swing. But then towards the end of the day, people started to realize what went well and what didn't. So that is why it is expected that volatility will be there. And what I was doing, I was sitting calm. This kind of volatility, there is no point in being panic, and you have to wait for the dust to settle. So that is what I did. Then today market was still correcting, so I was sit ideally to see where actually the market is going, because if you panic and sell, you will regret, and that is exactly what happened towards the end of the day. So what I did today, so when I saw in the morning that rupee is weak, USD is weak, but this time actually the Hang Seng index was corrected well, like 5% it corrected. So that means because of whatsoever reason, maybe we'll discuss later. Then I decided that let's put some money in Hang Seng Index. It's like a support to the weak currency, both US and rupee. Then defense. So defense we'll discuss in the next page. That what is the defense budget in that. But I choose Bharat Electronics, Bharat Forge, and small amount of defense ETF. This is Motilal Oswal defense ETF. There also I put a little bit of investment. Reason being that BEL was throwing good result in a Q3. I am hoping Bharat Forge also will give good result. And all the defense sector is actually hammered well. I mean, little bit of spike happened 2 3 days ago, but now recently also it got corrected because after the budget day. So I felt it's a good time again to put a little bit of money there. Like I told, in budget, India has increased the defense budget, and I assume all the countries, all the small to big countries, they are going to increase their defense spending. So that means defense will be a sector for next, maybe a big war doesn't happen and things got settled. People are bound to spend money in defense area. So I feel it is lucrative, but that doesn't mean that I'll be mad and put all the money over there. But it is the best solution is to go in SIP mode. You see a good correction, put a little bit of money, then wait. After that, I bought a little bit of delivery, and then I put money in Grow Grow Net ETF. So this is all about online businesses like Swiggy, Zomato, Policy Bazaar, delivery. If you really observe that in urban cities in India, without all these solutions, we cannot survive. I mean, we are so used to that we cannot survive without all these solutions. So they may not give a superficial return, but they will not correct too much because it's our day-to-day lifestyle now. That's because of our demographic dividend. A lot of people are unemployed, so the companies will easily get the riders for the delivery. At the same time, UPI, technology, AI, all these are making it so efficient. Sitting in a small city also, you can enjoy the great product available in Gujarat, even elsewhere, even foreign countries also. And you can export any item from foreign country and still get it delivered in a small city. So this is the power of online or internet related businesses. So because of that, I feel there is a future. May not be a superficial growth will happen, but a steady growth is expected. So because of that, I felt the delivery through a good result and well corrected in a point where there is scope to go up at least around 10%. So I put a bet on that. Then for some reason netwave has been corrected today, but I hope things will settle down. Nowadays a lot of panic, a lot of uncertainties, people uh, are not in a chaos at this moment, but things will settle down, so I'm not worried. Now moving on, the interesting part is the food for thought. So everyone is putting a lot of content in for the budget, and I felt I also must share you know what matters to me or where my uh, eye catched to the points. So you can see those red circles or red marks where I felt that defense spending is going to increase this year, followed by energy, health, IT and telecom. These are my area of interest. There are many other opportunities could be there, but these are the areas I believe. And if you are watching my videos from past, I always stress on these areas actually. My argument is that defense will always do well because of the uncertainties by China and US, followed by energy because 1.5 billion people and we want to be a industrialized country, and followed by health, demographic dividend. People will fall sick and then also look for premium services. So healthcare will go hand in hand, and then IT and telecom. Government want to make us tech savvy. You basically, if you like I was saying, without online solutions, internet, and all that, we are not going to survive because we are so used to already. We can survive. I'm not saying it's wrong to say that we cannot survive, but we are so used to that we will miss it. So it's a demand of the hour that we need those technological solutions, and for that, IT and telecom still has great area to grow. So these are the points. Then, if you really see here that the points basically, first point that actually market was so chaotic was because security transaction tax has been increased, but it doesn't matter to me. I rather feel it is good because I do not, as a retail investor, I do not uh, invest or I do not trade a lot in future and option. I only use future options basically for hedging purpose. So for example, let's say yesterday market went literally down till, let's say Nifty 50 went down to 24,800. So there it was a good time to sell a put. You know why? Because I feel, and sell a put of which point? 23,000. That means I feel that it will never go to 23,000. So whatever 100 points or 130 points I have, I can easily get it in 6 months. So I sold a put of 23,000 for the June expiry. So usually I do this kind of hedging when there is extreme market correction or when there is extreme market movement towards the up. At that time I sell the call with maybe 28,000 something. Maybe we can sell it at this moment because if by chance this goes to 28,000 and touches there in 6 months or in 5 months, our portfolio also would have increased so much. So if I lost some money in, let's say, in option selling, then I can make it from my stocks. So it's like a hedge. But if it corrects, then I at least make some amount of loss from the call. So that is the idea. So I only use FNO for hedging. I do not do unnecessary trade because it's a lose-lose game for retailer. You cannot beat the machines and huge pile of money. The people are holding the FIIs and DIIs are holding and then playing around in the market. It's better to not get into the mess and have a good life, comfortable life, relaxed life. You know, at the end of the day, you can make the same money with the amount of cash you have rather than getting into FNO. So when the charges increased, I feel it is good that the volatility will not be will reduce to a some level, but this will be only felt after 1st of April because this rule will apply after 1st of April. I hope the volatility will go down a bit, which is very much needed, or else retail investors are literally getting crushed actually. After that, like I mentioned, defense and energy, there the investment is increasing, so it's positive for area where we are interested at. Then semiconductor chip ecosystem. So basically, this is the where I like the idea of a government. They're completely taking care of all the bits and pieces of semiconductor. The first one is the cloud players, meaning anybody is hosting their cloud solution in India for the Indian consumer. It will be tax free for 2047 or something like that, which is a great thing. Now, let's say foreign companies they want to invest here, knowing that if even they makes less money but it is tax free, so they will be excited. And we need a platform, we need the people, meaning we need, if we are, let's say, behind the tech revolution happening in China and US, we are, if they see a good market and where they have a freedom to go and make some business, at least we can catch up with them. That is why it is important that you have to make something free which you are not expert at. Uh, and then they are supporting for data center infra, like if there is any non-performing asset in data center investments, then government will support something like that, I felt. So where the benefit will go to maybe Anantaraj, maybe Lodha, maybe I don't know who else is there, but it is good, you know. It's again supporting the data center theme. Then rare earth supply chain, so they are basically choosing a few coastal states, and then they are creating a water corridor, so that they can collect the minerals from the coastal sea areas or rocky areas, and then they can refine them, then they can transport it through waterways, and then railways, and then physical ways, I mean roadways. So the idea is not bad, it's a great idea, I mean, so that whenever anywhere, let's say in Gujarat or in Delhi or maybe in any other industrialized state, let's say now UP also moving towards that industrialization, so they, anybody can get access to these states and get their, let's say, magnets, rare earth minerals, where whichever let's say for defense they need, they for solar they need. So we need huge, because 1.5 billion people, meaning we have to produce in huge, and we will not be dependent with the foreign countries when the basic necessity is there, where whenever there is a risk from outside we can scale up, you know. So that is why rare earth supply chain investment is actually a strategic interest. I feel that going ahead also government will support more if they see a promising future. And then obviously the EMS, so EMS we will be tech savvy. Already we are getting tech savvy, everyone has a mobile phone, even poor or rich. Going ahead, more technology will come, more electronic devices will come, more AC, more TV, you name it, because more and more middle class coming out of the poverty, and then they will need their own space, you know. So because of that, EMS also will do well. So Sirma gave a very exciting result, so I liked the result. So I'm waiting for good opportunity where I can get a good portion of I mean I can buy a small portion of Sirma. At the same time, diction is well corrected, but for some reason I'm not feeling comfortable. uh, but let's see, I never know when the opportunity will come. So with that, I felt these are the few areas I am interested in, it matters to me. And especially another point I forgot to tell is healthcare, because we have huge amount of population and people looking for premium service and all. And then we are also supporting the health tourism, meaning the small countries like Maldives, Sri Lanka, even Afghanistan, even Iran. I mean, small countries, they, where they do not have great infrastructure for health services, they can come with a short-term visa, do health tourism, get treated, and go back. That will be like a extra margin, for our healthcare stocks. For example, maybe Apollo Hospital, maybe Max, maybe Narayana, maybe Fortis is actually well corrected. So all these are actually having a very great opportunity. If let's say this idea of supporting the health tourism goes well, government can make it easy for the people to grab or travel and get treated and go back. Then these companies will make good business actually, because they have all the ability. So more profit, more rich people come from outside, more margin. So there also a good opportunities there. That doesn't mean that I'll go and buy now. It's just that it's in my mind, and whenever there is an opportunity, I'm going to grab it. With that, I'll end this session, and I request you guys to support and motivate by liking and subscribing and sharing with your preferred people. Thank you for your time.